Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you guys for being here. I'm delighted and honored that you stopped by. So this is going to be today's topic reading for the 24th of January. Let me pick my deck here. I think we'll begin with this deck, and I think we'll begin with this deck. Okay, so what I will do on this one is I'm going to be doing a free reading for someone at the end. So stick around for that. And you guys are always welcome to enter to win a free read. I pick at least one person each week. So just write the word compassion in the comment section in order to be entered to win. Okay. But yeah, stick around for the end and you will hear who the winner is, and I'll do that free reading. Okay. The Hermit in the reverse. Who is this that is ready to make a big significant change in their life? Who is this that's stepping into the limelight instead of retreating, reading books, doing, inner work, seeking answers? Someone is like, I'm done seeking. I'm done seeking quietly and internally, and I'm ready to be external. Whoo, we got the Fool card. Hold on. The Fool came out sideways. So did the Queen of Swords, and so did the Magician. But then hold on, because these two came out in a totally different way. We have a Princess of Coins in the reverse and the Hanged One in the upright. Okay, so just a minute now. So the Hermit is coming out of their silent mode. The Hermit seems to be thinking about where they're going to take this leap of faith, where they're going to travel to, where they're going to go. Italy is coming up pretty heavily there with the map that we see the Fool dancing in front of. I see the boot of Italy there. Someone is thinking, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna manifest the future that I want. Now, this is the early planning stages, right? Queen of Swords is gathering like the truth of, can I make this happen? I really want to do this. I want to do something brave. I want to go on this adventure. I want something else in my life. I want to take a trip to Italy. I want to learn to speak Italian. I want to do something here. There's so many butterflies and little boxes of butterfly children flying out. The suitcase is here. A map is here. This is about a leap of faith forward that's going to change somebody's life. And it may be the map of your life, the destiny that you wish to have. And then we have this Magician here. And it's like, okay, this is somebody pulling all of their power together. Okay, so it's like, I have the power to manifest. What does that mean? I have wisdom. I can call in like shamanism and animal spirits to help guide me. I have the power of my white light. I have a candle lit here. I have my angels around me. I have the feather here. This is like, I think I'm asking, I feel like this Hermit has been deep inside themselves trying to figure out what to do. They've now made a decision, and their decision is, the life that I want to manifest for myself is very different than what I've been living. And I don't want to mess this up by not really consulting with the powers that surround me, that help me to manifest, and be humble enough to say, if this is meant to be, I trust it will work. I want to be open and honest with myself. I want to make sure that I'm not being whimsical here. But because this is a big change. This is somebody's got a big change in life. Also, her third eye is being like tapped on here with this little curling tendril of the ocean and clouds that are behind her. This is somebody who's like, okay, am I ready now to put my plan into action in the 3D world? Because I've been thinking about it for a long time. Am I ready to do this? I feel like the answer here is yes, even though with the Princess of Coins in the reverse and the Hanged One in the upright, we have a decision that's made. We have a plan. We have a map of what we want to follow. But the first step hasn't been taken yet because we have this bit of a delay. So there's something else that this person has to do first. Let's, I want to stick with this deck a little bit. I'm enjoying this deck. This is very different. So let's see. We got a Tower. Ooh, and we got the Ten of Swords. There is one thing to finally like clean up, and it's going to be so a Tower sets us free. Okay. It's time for a Tower to fall. This is someone's style of life that has to change. This is a situation where if this Hermit, this could be somebody who's been trapped in their head Also could be trapped in a relationship, hasn't been working, or maybe just trapped in the relationship in their mind. I've been waiting and lamenting and wishing for someone. I've been solo. I've been alone. It's possible to be alone even when we're with someone, if it's the wrong someone, right? So wherever I've been in my life, I know that I want more, and I know that it's time for me to put this plan into action. But I first am confronted with the fact that just because I'm ready and just because I know it's time, it doesn't mean it's time like today, because there's something blocking me. There's something that has to get out of my way first. There's something that has to fall away. And when it does, I will be set free of not only the blockage, but of any lingering hurt and pain. By the way, the garbage trucks are here. So good if you heard that beep up back alarm. Beep up? The beep up back alarm. I sound like a 2-year-old. The beep up back alarm at the big garbage truck. We've got the 2 of coins. We got the 8 of wands. We've got serious motion happening here. I like how this 2 of coins is actually about the gears interacting and grinding. This is actually propelling us forward. Even as it's propelling our life forward, it's we've been living in 2 different worlds, 2 different halves, and in fact, this won't work at all with the way these gears are set up. There is a sacrifice that has to be made. And we have to be ready and willing and able to take the action. This is like painting our landscape, getting on that bike and riding forward. Everything is about action. Someone has been still trying to keep one foot in one kind of a life when that's not the life that they want. This could be, well, I don't want to leave behind this career or this home or this situation, but unless I can do that, I'll never be able to go into this next life that I want. We have a Prince of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who's now openly saying to themselves, if there is not love here, if there is not an apology here, if there is not a new opportunity here, then I have to quit thinking about it. I got to let this one go. I want this new adventure. So I've got to release the idea that if someone came in, if they made an apology, would I still say yes to them? This is the part that somebody's lived in 2 halves for too long. Saying something is, I'm alone, it's over, I'm ready for something new, but still secretly hoping that somebody rushes in the 11th hour to give the apology and make a new love offer so things could get started again. This is the part that they've got to set themselves free from this, but I almost think that it's setting themselves free. There's an action that they have to take to prove that they've done this to themselves, that even if this came back in, it wouldn't be enough. And then we have the 8 of Cups in the reverse, which is somebody returning. It's weird though, because I think that this is a conversation that you've been waiting on to end something, to know without a shadow of a doubt that this is over, that this isn't the right person, that this person's never coming back. It's like there was unfinished business that kept you secretly held, even though you said it's over, and to anybody's external eyes, it's over. I'm not waiting. This person isn't in my life. I'm ready to make different life choices. I'm ready to meet new people. Yet, and if any friend saw you, if anybody saw you externally, they would say, oh, you've moved on from that person from the past. You don't talk about them anymore. And it's like, no, but they live in my head and my heart. But I say that I'm over it. But the truth is, there is one final conversation that's like, you've known this final conversation was still coming. Because this is the talky talk. This will be the final closure here. The final closure is, even if they came back, I wouldn't say yes. Well, it looks like there's going to be a final conversation with somebody, but they're not coming in to say sorry. They're not coming in for that. They're coming back in so that they too can get closure, which is interesting with this 10 of Swords. This could be someone where maybe this has been a sore spot that has been left open for both of you. Both of you want to move on, and neither one has had a very easy time doing it. The 3 of Swords is here in the upright there. And hold on. Oh my gosh, we just got a flood of cards. the High Priestess, the Nine of Discs in the reverse, the Queen of Discs in the upright, and the Two of Discs in the reverse. You know, it's weird because I feel like this person is not trying to come back in to make an apology. They're coming back in really to say that this ending hurt me so much. This ending was something that maybe they don't even fully understand exactly what happened. Maybe this is for them to get clarity. With the Nine of Discs in the reverse, this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like there's been something hidden from view here. I feel like this person is coming in to say, you were always something that I wanted to grow with, but I didn't know how to grow. Maybe they didn't have everything that they needed. Maybe they were out seeking and searching success in their life. But I feel like this person is coming in. It's not with a love offer and it's not with an apology. It's more of a declaration like, this ending has been agonizing. This ending has been confusing. This ending has left me feeling a loss. This ending has left me feeling that I know who you were to me, who you are. I know this. And I also know that you're not waiting for me, or we're not together. I almost feel like it's this person's acknowledgement is part of the final thing to close this door. Tell me though about the High Priestess. I almost wonder, is it that this person is trying to say, like, I always knew that I knew why, or I didn't know why? Because the High Priestess is about intuition, but it's also about what is hidden from view. We have Eight of Wands in the reverse. This person is coming in to say all the things that they didn't say. This is why you've always been left still a little bit hovering on the verge of, like, yes, I'm moving forward, but then there was always this piece of you that was questioning, why did this happen? It's very hard to leave. If you've been reading a mystery, it's really hard to put the book down until you know what the end of the mystery was, right? Until you get the big reveal. That's what has been holding this back. This is a situation where it does look like maybe you reach out to this person to say, what was the big mystery? I don't understand what this was. There's for me to close this final chapter. What was the big mystery? I'd like to talk to you. You know, and this person is they are coming in. They do show up for this conversation, and they say that this was painful, very painful. And maybe they felt betrayed by you, but the thing is, they didn't ever explain. They didn't ever explain what the heck was going on, especially with this Nine of Discs in the reverse. They felt, I guess, that they didn't have enough to offer. But the thing is, if you look at this is an ugly card. I mean, she is crying ice, and you know, this kind of swirling, like, I guess it's part of what she's made out of. It's like her hair, but it's really made out of almost like plant life, and it's, you know, wrapped all the way through her nose and her mouth. It's a very intrusive, very messy card. This person saw the individual as the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. This person is saying, like, I saw you as someone that I really wanted to grow with, but instead I hurt you. I made you cry. Instead, you know, you couldn't see everything that was going on, and everything got bogged down. In fact, I think this person realizes that they damaged you somehow, you know, in this way of like causing hurt and pain. And really, they might also though be saying that you didn't see everything clearly, or what happened here made other things grow in the wrong way. It got bogged down. I feel like this person is saying that maybe they think they wouldn't have been good for you. Maybe they're saying, I didn't have what you would have wanted, so I always would have been a disappointment to you. You always would have seen me. If you knew everything about me, you would not see me the same way. You would not be able to see me at all the way I would want you to. And then on the other side of it, you would just be wounded. I wonder if this person is trying to explain that this is why they know that they wouldn't have worked. The only thing is, I don't get, to me, this is a little bit like theatrical. It's like, I would only hurt you. Like, grow up and be better. Sorry, did I just say that? I did, didn't I? I'm super rude sometimes when I'm like, get over yourself, get over the drama, step up and do right, or step away altogether, but do it in a mature way. Sorry. Oh, Sassy Kate just showed up in my story. This is the problem about being a narrator of a story that I have to interpret based off of imagery, is that I can't help but be like, whatever. Okay, we have a 7 of Wands and we have a 6 of Discs in the reverse. 7 of Wands, in this case, we've got the wolf, right? So, you know, this could be one of those things where somebody was saying, I'll never be somebody who gives equally. I'll never be someone who is not going to be a wolf. I will always produce conflict anywhere I go because I won't ever really give to a connection. And if that's the case, then it's just too bad that this person ever like bothered to tangle with other people. And if they don't have like a big disclaimer t-shirt on that says, hey, I'm not going to give equally. Hey, I'm always going to do what I want to do first. It would be awesome if they said that before this whole thing kind of happened, is what it seems like. But this person didn't. So now instead, this person is like, I don't know, I kind of think that this is ridiculous. They're saying that, you know, this was a really painful ending for them, but they know that they never would have been enough, that they just would have, you know, broken your heart. And so, and this is why it won't work, because there's always going to be problems, because they want to behave more like the lone wolf and not really give to a connection. Well, then maybe they should have thought about that before selfishly maybe trying to take someone else's time, especially someone who's really giving, someone who's really you know, like someone who would be there for them. So I understand why this would be the thing that finally ends this, though, because I'm annoyed with this explanation myself. I just feel like, no, don't. This person is almost acting like, well, I just couldn't have made you happy. No, own it the way it is. I don't want to make other people happy. I want to do what I want to do. I know that I was bad to you. And, you know, it's because I want to hide things. I don't think this person can come in and say, this is, oh, it's been such a heartbreak that this is over, and come back in to tell you how heartbroken they are, but then also say, you know, I would have only hurt you. This is like, no, rephrase it. Truth be told, in this storyline, we make choices. This person is still not owning their choices. They are saying, I wouldn't be able to match up. I wouldn't be able to give equally. There's too many obstacles. But the way I see it is, no, you're a wolf. You went after someone who was amazing because you wanted their time and attention to be showered upon you, knowing full well you had no intention of giving anything back equally. This person is almost acting still like they're sad about this. And it's like, actually, no, I don't accept that. Not with the imagery that is on these cards. So there's the meaning of the card, and then there's the imagery. This person is also green with jealousy. I feel like even what they're saying is still coming from a jealous place. They are saying that, you know, there's problems. There's always going to be obstacles, you know, almost acting like you would have asked too much of me. I can't give you what you want. So I would have just disappointed you. Instead of them really owning it, saying, I am always going to be jealous of everything and everyone around me. So I'm always going to behave in this way where it's all about me first, because I want what I want. I want to eat. When I see something and I want it, I want to eat that. It's going to be mine. That's where the obstacle is. Sorry, I am like, woo, I'm on it. I don't know if I should put this reading out. I'm on a bender right now. I'm like, say the truth. Say the truth. We got Justice in the reverse, and we got the 7 of Cups in the reverse. Well, here's the one thing that is balancing this all out. There's no more confusion. And you notice we have another wolf here. This wolf is a little hangdog. A little bit like, you know what I got to say? maybe you even call it. I mean, I know I've been mouthing off over here, but maybe it's you saying exactly that to them, setting them straight, saying, okay, well, I'm very clear now. So you came toward me in the past. You took my attention because you wanted it, knowing full well you were not going to be giving me anything back. Okay, then I now know that I will not give any more of my attention or my thoughts to this situation with you because I have full clarity now. And I wonder, anytime we see the Justice card, Libra energy, now in my reads, when it's in the reverse, this is where things are actually finally being made right. We finally do have clarity. But I just think it's very interesting that we've had the white wolf and now we have the dark wolf. The dark wolf to me is representing the shadow side. We have clarity on someone's shadow side. We have clarity, but when we have this balance coming in, I almost feel like for karmic justice to play out, it's when somebody is also faced with what they've said to you. If you regurgitate it back to them by taking out their a little bit of self-serving, like, well, I mean, I'm so disappointed that this went this way, but I couldn't have made you happy. And then you counter it by saying, oh, I understand. You do what's good for you first. You saw me as a tasty treat and you wanted some of that. So you took what you wanted. Okay, I understand. And you had no intention of giving. You had no intention of doing anything other than filling your hunger, filling your belly. So that's what this was. Okay, I get it. And it seems like them hearing it said in that way is like, oh my gosh, that's my shadow side. And you just uncovered it. Because there is something about the justice here is that somebody's having to actually see and acknowledge their shadow side. You're as aware of it as they are all of a sudden. And I say this only because we have the two wolves, right? That's what I see here. I think you genuinely see this person for, especially they didn't come in to actually apologize. This is the reason I'm taking such a hard line on this whole row of cards, is because they did not show up to give an apology. This person is not actually ashamed. This person is simply explaining, and they're almost explaining it from their, like, well, I just wouldn't have been able to make you happy. No, you don't give to anybody. There's a difference. That's a choice to give to someone or not. This person didn't come in to apologize. This person came in to just make their statements. But the net result of their statements is you seem to have regurgitated it back to them, and they are now as aware of their shadow side as you are. So it is justice for everybody involved, because they're suddenly, this is why this wolf was kind of hangdog. This one is like, upright and kind of like full on staring right at us, not feeling ashamed at all. This one, that's a shameful face. That's head down. It's like, oh my God, I didn't think that what I was doing was actually me acting from my shadow side. I didn't know it until you put it in that context. I came in still kind of swaggering. And now that I've said this to you, and then you commented on it and you distilled it down to something as precise as, no, you eat, you feed yourself, and you don't think about anybody else's hunger. That's what you do. You're out for yourself. That's where it's like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. That is how I've been behaving. I think that this is a great tower for everybody, because the tower can be the burning down of the ego. The tower can be the thing that sets us free. And we already saw you're having a huge release. You're not stuck. You're not stuck at all. You're freed of this. You're freed of the pain. You're freed of being stuck. You are free of why did things not work? Because those gears were never matched up if you look carefully. Two of coins, there wasn't a balance here. There can't be a balance when one person is always going to go after what they want. There's only one direction that, one of these gears can go this way, but this one's not, they're not meshing. So it's not going to work. This is what the conversation reveals. And if you look here, we have the horse riding this way and the bike riding this way. We still have opposite directions. We have two people. One is a giver, one was a taker. That's why it didn't work, to put it simply. That's a huge sense of relief. So let me get back to, what is this big goal, this big dream, this newness that you are bringing into your life? Because you are now freed of this. This was the one last thing that was holding you back, is what if this person came in? What if there was an explanation? What if it was like you had to finish reading the mystery book before you can open up the next chapter? Well, you finished this mystery book. So what is the next chapter for you? I'm going to keep this one simple and sweet. The Sun, the Hermit. Oh my gosh. The Hanged Man in the reverse. You got to be kidding me. What is the next chapter for you? Pure joy. What is the next chapter for you? So if some of you may identify as Virgos, or you may identify as like, oh my gosh, I am so excited. I am full steam ahead on my projects. I don't have any delays at all. This, and if you look closely, this is somebody who's like half human, half like butterfly. We see that like the wings, it's been in a chrysalis. This was the final component. You are touching base with your inner self one last time. And now you're busting out. You are ready to go out of your chrysalis. And oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And also in just a second, I'll tell you why this is so awesome, why I'm reacting this way, because of the person who won this free reading that I'm about to do. We'll get there in a second, but let me wrap this up. This is all about, here you are, fully energized, completely ready to move forward. There's nothing holding you back now. That mystery is solved. You have full clarity. The sun shows us everything. The sun also lights the path ahead for us. This is a new dawn for you. This is a new vitality for you. This is, and there may be someone that the sun is bringing in for you. We do see a face here that is just emerging. Could be a Leo, doesn't have to be, but somebody ready to take charge. In the meantime, you take one last moment of introspection, because you're ready to move forward in everything in life. This is a tidal wave. You are part of a wave. Your life is about to take off. And the reason I say that is when we couple it with the Hanged Man in the reverse, this is where you're about to blossom into the new phase of your life. This is you being a new you. You may look different. You may dress different. You may have a whole different, everything here. Your emotions feel different. But this is about you becoming the butterfly. This is you flying away. This is you transforming everything. Remember, you were prepping yourself for all this. I still say for some of you, it's a new chapter in life where you're about to meet. Some of you may meet a foreigner. Some of you may fall in love with somebody who doesn't live where you do, and you wind up moving to be with them. This could all happen very, very fast. This is you also having better boundaries, but you being really open and honest with yourself. You are ready for adventures. We had all those butterflies here, and now that last card, you are the butterfly. Whatever your hopes and dreams are, I hope you dream big right now, because in this storyline, everything is possible, because you finished reading that mystery book and you are about to write your next chapter of whatever your next life is. So now, to do that free reading, the reason I was so jazzed about how this reading came out is because the person who won the free reading, by the way, thank you guys, everybody who enters every day. I am super honored you guys are here, and I choose a different winner every single week. So just know you can always keep entering. And the more you are watching these, you do want to watch them every day, because otherwise you'll never know when. If you are the one who won, you'll never know when I posted it, because I don't pre-announce it. I just kind of do it. But the person who won their name is V_S, and then there's an image of a caterpillar and an image of a butterfly as emojis. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, how crazy is this? So V_S caterpillar butterfly. So, that is the screen name that I'm going to be reading for. And thank you, everybody. If you want to stick around and hear this free reading, you certainly may, or you can click off if you are not the individual I have just described. So let's jump on in. All right. So V_S. First off, thank you so much for being here. And please remember, I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. I'm not a psychic. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't give life advice. I don't do any of those things. I don't practice the psychic arts. What I am is a creative writer. And so please bear in mind, I'm going to write a story for you, but we're not going to use a pen, and it's going to be written very improv style, right? Because that's how I do this. And so listen for any storyline, any message that is like uplifting, fun, entertaining. But just remember, first and foremost, thanks to free will, everybody chooses what their life will become. So nothing that I say is going to tell you any truth about your past, your present, or your future. Only you decide that. So just have fun with it, but know that this is not intended to persuade you to think any way. In fact, I hope everyone always thinks for themselves. But remember, it is just a story. So have fun with it, and let's see where this one goes. All right, so what's our, actually, I'm not going to use this deck yet. I will use that one because I want to, but let's get one card here first. What is your overall message from the ancestors or the universe, however you want to view that? We've got the King of Cups in the upright. Also, you may have an interest in things related to, the era of the Knights of the Round Table, or in this case, I almost want to say that there may be a connection to someone who, they have a family crest. They go back to, Britain or Scotland or Ireland or something. We even have a little bit of like a reddish beard here, but we have someone who is very intense and holds a cup. This is someone who's been through a ton of battles. This is someone who's been through, the only reason they got to become a king at all is because they've proven themselves, right? They've been out on the battlefield. They've been, someone who's proven themselves. So this is an individual who's very intense. They've known losses, they've known hardship, they've created themselves. They are who they are today because of everything that they've been through. And they wound up becoming really deep, very passionate, and very straightforward and upstanding. So we begin possibly with a water energy here. Now, this can be what you're manifesting. This can be what is coming in for you. This person is not sitting in their castle, though. If you notice, their castle is at a distance, back in almost in the back of their mind. This is like a king that doesn't have a queen to reign with them yet. So they're not in the castle. They're out looking for the queen, is what it seems like. To me, this is like somebody who's on the prowl looking for someone like you, or you are actively aware that you want to call in someone like this. We have the Strength card next. Leo energy. This is soothing, because it's funny. This king, even though they're really loving, they still have this serious edge to them. This is somebody who could be very intense. You may have a beautiful quality to you where you are able to soothe this person, this king that struts through the forest, and you are just as strong as they are. And yet you don't even have any clothes on. You don't have claws. You don't have fangs. You don't have any of those things. Whoever this is, they may be very opposite you in many ways, and yet you are the one that calms them. This is a beautiful energy to start with. I feel like this is what you're looking for. I feel like you want somebody really strong, someone who is well respected, and someone who is dedicated to what the two of you could have. You are this strong, and you know it. You want someone who is the equal, is what this looks like to me. Tell me about a situation that's at the forefront right now. Tell me what's the situation at the forefront? Situation at the forefront, Eight of Cups is in the reverse. This is a situation coming back around. This is someone who's gone out on a personal journey of discovery. This could be you returning to yourself. Nine of Cups, coming back around to deciding life is supposed to be happy. So I am going to choose happiness. I'm going to choose what I want. This is also showing kind of like passage of time and an interesting harvest, because we've got pumpkin sitting next to the pineapples. So we've got this little element of like Hawaii or tropical time here, but we also have like a harvest of the fall. I don't know if there's a trip coming up that either did happen or has happened, and you're making choices that you want your life to be happier now. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Somebody is very certain. Someone is coming back around to a better time of their life, choosing happiness, choosing with clear eyes that I know what makes me happy. I think that this is you saying, I'm going to be happy right now with how my life is, and better. I'm going to always set my sights on my present life being very satisfying, because the Nine of Cups is self-satisfying. I'm going to enjoy my life. Also, she's kind of like acting as a barista here. like a wine tasting, something along those lines that shows up here as well. But we've got this element where it's like, I'm going to be happy in my now. That's what I've returned to, is a state of happiness for me. Page of Cups in the reverse. You're not waiting for anybody to come in, give you love offers or give you apologies. You're already living your life every step of the way, filling your life with like good quality stuff. The food you eat's good quality. What you drink is good quality. You like how you dress. You're investing in the joys of your life. Maybe you're planning a vacation for yourself. You are very clearly saying, you know what? Here's the kind of person I want. I want this or nothing. I want this. This is the quality of situation that I want. This is the quality of situation that I deserve. I think you are in a phase in this storyline where you set a bar. It's like, I want this or better. And I'm comfortable waiting because I'm not waiting at all. I'm living my life. And my life is all about, I feel like you are putting quality of life at the forefront of what's important right now. Okay, give me another situation. Actually, let's change to that other deck that I said we'll use it later. I need that one, I think. It calls to my hands. Ooh, okay, hold on. One came out here and one landed on the floor. Okay, so another situation that's showing up here is a Two of Wands. This Two of Wands is somebody is climbing this mountain to get there. Ooh, King of Cups is here in the negative. Two of Wands can be about the choices that we want to make for ourselves. I feel like you're climbing away from someone that was not loving, someone who was not the situation that you wanted. You made a conscious choice that if someone's going to sit in a negative energy where they're being greedy with their emotions, and I mean, this person even is like clutching their hand, like, you see all this delicious beverage, well, it's mine. It's a little bit of like, that's not what we're here to do. I said that in some other reading, I think just yesterday. It's like, we have all these emotions. We're not supposed to hoard them. We have all these things in our heart to share, but this person seems to have been hoarding emotions. And I think you consciously decided to climb away, climb up this mountain, and you got stronger and buffer doing it emotionally. You got big old emotional biceps now, right? You got the strength to get yourself away from a situation that was the exact opposite of what you said you wanted. I think that this is like, if someone is not able to be the King of Cups energy, and it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine, but when you see someone who has all the potential, but they won't open up, they won't divulge, they won't share those emotions, and instead they might even be greedy. They want all of their emotions to be held and not have to ever, like, talk about things or open up and share. I think this is the new measuring stick that you use. If someone behaves that way, guess what? I just climb up that mountain and I wind up getting to this much greener. You're almost at the top of this cliff, and you can see that there's, a whole forest up there, because one of the trees is kind of like growing down and around. Like, this is actually a fun little adventure for you, as it turns out. You making a choice to move away from something that was not satisfying, it actually made you that much stronger. But you're just about at the top of this. I wonder if that's where you're meeting this other King of Cups. I got an Ace of Swords. It's in the negative, though. You're still not really sure about this. You've made a choice. Unless this is the other person, this could represent someone they made a choice to walk away, and they're thinking, that wasn't a good idea. Why did I do that? Hold on. We got to go one more here. Someone is having either an unknown or a second guessing. We got the Moon, and it's in the clarity position. Someone is becoming very aware of what they want or how they want to behave differently. Hold on. Piscean energy, 10 of Swords, thawing things out. Somebody doesn't want this over. So this is starting to look to me like you getting back to yourself, loving your life, doing what you do, setting your sights on something really amazing. You moved on from something, or and someone else moved on from you that was like hoarding emotions instead of sharing, and they thought that they were going to be happy with this choice, and underneath it all they're realizing that was a mistake. I think I made a mistake. I made a boo-boo. Somebody is recognizing they made a mistake here. Holding back emotions is not really what they wanted to do after all. They've grabbed the wrong end of the sword. They thought that they were using this sword to cut themselves free. I don't want to, engage, or I'm not going to do this, only to realize, why did I do that? That was so silly. That's not what I want. Would actually like to thaw this out. I don't want this to be over after all. Yee. Okay. It's interesting that we keep dealing with that King of Cups. Okay, so let me just get one more on that. Temperance. It's a temperance, but it's in the negative, where she's, instead of pouring water, she's pouring dust out. This is someone who, I gotta say, someone missed a shot with you is what this looks like. Now, this doesn't have to be about romance. This could be about a friendship. This could be about whoever it was that just, they thought that they were going to just walk away from a situation, and they are really regretting that decision right now. This is, and trying to get it to go back into balance. The idea of getting back into balance with you, it's like they let all the water dry up and now there's just dust in this. This has been a while. This is like, because the water represents emotions. I feel like this person has somehow let the well run dry. You certainly have moved on and filled your life with lots of happy stuff. Your life has been very full. And it almost seems like they are now recognizing that instead of them filling this with filling this vase with love and with emotion, they filled it up with sand, and now they're not happy with what, and that's representing their chest, right? Their own heart space. It's almost like this person is realizing that me constantly blocking emotional exchange is making me feel really like I'm just full of sand now. I just feel like this person is in a, not a funny, like, ha place, but like in a, when we look deep in ourselves and we realize that we pushed away something that we actually would like, I think this person is starting to see where they were imbalanced and seeing where their lack is. This is maybe a good time really for someone to feel the regret, so then they start to work on themselves, Okay, is there anything else out of this storyline? Anything else out of this storyline to show up? We've got a 9 of Wands, and then the Ace of Swords. I'm telling you, this is like, we're cutting through the things that don't work. This is a Wounded Warrior card. But just because we're able to cut things away and see what needs to be done, someone still doesn't quite have the power to manifest something new yet. It's good to see that someone has a desire, but a desire to try to tidy things up, but then the desire doesn't manifest into the action to really get stuff back on track with this. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. This keeps looking like there's a situation that the cooperation wasn't there. Someone is only just now coming around to understanding that they were the ones that didn't cooperate in a situation. But becoming aware of that is a first big step, right? It still doesn't look like they know how to cooperate, though. Someone doesn't know how to cooperate. That's what this looks like. Now, again, this could be about something entirely different. This could be, I feel like it's somebody reflecting on why something didn't work out, though, that they would have liked to have seen it work out now in retrospect, but they held back too much. And again, could be about a friendship, doesn't have to be about love relationship, but you've set your sights on having an amazing, I feel like you exude like good energy all the time. Maybe even toward this person, like, I believe you can be better. I believe you can be, giving. I believe you can open up, but I can't pry you open like a clamshell. You got to choose to do that. And in the meantime, I got to choose to love my life. So I'm building a great quality life for me. I'm returning to who I am. I'm returning to my roots. I'm returning to what I want. It could be, you could even be returning to a job that you used to really like, or returning to something, maybe seasonal work or something like that. Something that is like really fun, something that you're really clear that I'm going to go ahead and do this for me. This feels awesome. But it's like you never give up on the idea that, hey, I hope that if someone is holding back energy, I hope for them that they don't hold back their energy someday. But in the meantime, I'm living. Like, that's what I like about this story so much right now. So is there any final message here? We have a King of Pentacles. That's new on the scene. And hold on. We've got the Chariot in the upright. We have somebody new arriving. This could be a contender. This could be a new stable opportunity that you move toward. But this is something that arrives, and we've got this lotus flower. This is newly blooming, possible romance, love. This is something in life is about to blossom and bloom. This could talk about finances as much as interactions with another human being, but it's something that propels your life forward, which is really nice. You're moving into a time of greater affluency and like support, and if it's a connection, something that has someone who has a potential to really want to show up and really want to make things happen. This is stable. This is grounded. This is solid. This is lots of greenery, lots of growth. This is lots of progress. So whatever this is, and again, the Chariot, that's Cancerian energy. So we go back to talking about emotions again. This just looks like what comes up next for you is something absolutely solid, and something that is progressive, and something that is really, it's what you really want to look forward to. It's funny because this king, he's holding this pentacle, very casually, not bragging about it, nor is he hiding it. His cloak is over one shoulder, but that's just naturally falling that way. He's not like, hoarding it. So he's the exact reverse of what we saw with that King of Cups that was like, clutching. And he's wearing a cloak too, but he's like showing, I'm not going to give anything. This person is like chill, kicked back, one leg bent. I feel like this is a totally different character, and I feel like this is somebody new on the scene. So I'm going to leave this here. Do bear in mind, this is not about anyone's particular life. This is just, a story. Again, it is a fictional story, but it does look like it's a story where someone regrets that they chose for some reason to be greedy with emotions, and that in turn made them miss out on the very thing that they actually realized now they wanted. And meanwhile, the choices that have been made in that interim time have been very healthy ones to keep moving, progressing, welcoming good things into one's life, and then promoting good energy, sending that outward, even to the individual that maybe you sense needed some needed to make some positive changes. But life moves on, and we have a new player who pops into this. So bear in mind, the only things that happen in life are the things that we make happen. This will not tell you what's going to happen or who it's going to happen with. Only you decide that. But I hope that there's something uplifting out of this. Certainly, it's nice to end on a note of progress and forward growth. So take good care of yourself, and I wish you absolutely every happiness. Thank you. Bye.